What's going on, folks? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your good brother J News with another edition of J News Japan coming to you. It is the middle of the week, midweek roundup. What's been going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling for the last several days. Wanting to catch everybody up to see as to what's the goings-ons are and what the storylines are going to be like going forward into this Castle Attack show. These Castle Attack shows that are going to air on the 27th and the 28th of February. So let's get to it. I'm going to cover the shows from February 14th to February 17th. So that's 4 nights of Road 2 Castle Attack shows. And I'll also be covering the New Japan Strong show, aka Road to New Beginning in the USA, which aired on February 12th, 2021 on New Japan Strong, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday night on New Japan World. So, first match, February 14th, 2021, live at Hurricane Hall 692. New Japan Pro Wrestling fans in attendance. Match number 1, Young Lion Yuya Uemura went up against brand new Young Lion Yuto Nakashima. This match did not last long. This match was canceled due to referee stoppage. Yuya Uemura and Nakashima were in a grappling exchange. Unfortunately, it seemed like Yuya landed in a very bad way on Nakashima's left elbow, I believe, and he dislocated it. Ref Kenta Santos saw it, threw up the X real quick. The medical team came in and helped Yuto Nakashima out of the ring due to that injury. Nakashima did his best, even after the match was stopped, to confront Yuya Uemura in a very menacing way, trying to keep his young lion bravado up and stuff like that. But you could definitely tell Nakashima was not in condition to continue that match. There was an article that was posted on NJPW 1972 about his injury. So there have been changes made accordingly due to his injury for the rest of the tour. It's going to be a while till we actually see Nakashima in the ring. That injury looked really, really bad with that dislocation. So we might see him in the next, I would say, 6 to 8 months, just from the looks of it. So we shall see. But going forward, match number 2 was a 6-man tag match. We had Young Lion Gabriel Kidd along with Satoshi Kojima and Hiroshi Tanahashi going up against members of the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, and the Great Okan. This match lasted 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Jeff Cobb won this match by pinning Gabriel Kidd with hitting a tour of the islands. The first match of this particular match, in comparison to the other 3 matches that took place between the pairings of the Young Lions, Kojima and Tanahashi, I think was the best. Gabriel Kidd showed a lot of fire here against Jeff Cobb and Ospreay and Great Okan. Good exchanges and things of that nature. But we're playing up the storyline here. We're still seeing the storylines being played up by the Ace and the Great Okan. I guess the Great Okan's going to get a one-on-one singles match against Tanahashi for the Never Openweight Championship. I hope he doesn't lose to Great Okan. I am not a fan of Great Okan. As much crap as I might get for being a Sanada stan, regardless of how much character work the Great Okan does, he does not impress me in the ring. And it is 2021, folks. Your in-ring work has got to be top-notch if your character work is not even up to par. So, the Great Okan plays a mythical kind of character, or a character based on a, if I'm not mistaken, I'm losing it right now. I knew it off the top of my head, but there's a reason as to why he's called the Great Okan. Genghis Khan, he was a barbarian / a Mongolian. There you go. He plays the character of a mythological Mongolian myth, or whatever the case is, as he walks to the ring and stuff like that, or whatever, which is why he wears the attire that he does to the ring and inside the ring to match sometimes with the pants, not the trunks. And it goes over, most Westerners' heads, because obviously we don't know that much about that particular history unless you study it in school. but at the same time, his character work outside of his loud booming voice that he uses in order to decree the unity that the United Empire has. There's not much to the Great Okan in actuality. Not much creativeness, if there is any. He's a tall guy. He's lumbering. He moves slowly. He can move quicker because you've seen it within him, but he doesn't. That doesn't necessarily translate in the ring. I'm not trying to necessarily bring the dude down, but he just doesn't impress me. I know he's like greatly over with the fans in Japan, so that's necessarily what matters. But if you want to talk about a dude that's not impressive in the ring, the Great Okan is that dude. Will Ospreay, I don't know, man. These tag matches just don't do him any justice, to be quite honest. I feel the same way about Jeff Cobb. Koji still has a lot of steam left. Obviously, Gabriel Kidd is where he is, and the Ace is the Ace. So I just wanted to say that about that match. So I'm not going to drag this on too long because there's so much stuff to cover. Second match of the night, we had another 6-man tag. Members of Los Ingo and Japón. Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Shingo Takagi going up against members of the Bullet Club. Taiji Shimuri, Phantasma, and Yujiro Takahashi. Takagi hits Last of the Dragon on Yujiro Takahashi in order to get the win after 12 minutes and 33 seconds. The outstanding thing that we have to carry on about in this match is the future IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match is going to happen between Taiji Shimori, Phantasma, Bushi, and Takahashi. So they're getting their practice rounds in before they get that match done, probably on night 2 of the Castle Attack main shows. And Shingo Takagi and Yujiro Takahashi, unfortunately, are throw-ins in this match as they do not have any current feuds and or beefs that they are directly involved in. Just being part of the faction warfare there. Third match of the night, the returning man, Blue Justice himself, Yuji Nagata and Kota Ibushi went up against Sanada and Tetsuya Naito here, 13 minutes and 39 seconds. Sanada up against gets the O'Connor Bridge on Yuji Nagata to get the win. Good exchange between all of the competitors in this match. Tetsuya Naito really playing it up against Kota Ibushi, wanting that shot at the Intercontinental, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship for the Castle Attack show, which I seriously think is in doubt at this point due to Tetsuya Naito's knee injury that occurred on the 16th of February during a match. But New Japan did only say that he would be out for the shows on the 19th and the 20th. So we'll see. Naito had to cut a promo on the show for the 17th, basically letting the fans know that he wouldn't be appearing on the 19th and the 20th. But he did say that it was now on Ibushi to let the fans know as to what his plan is to unify these belts and why it is that God needs the unification of the IC and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belts, what the plan is, and how he's going to be leading New Japan into the future. Third match here, fourth match of the night, last match of the night, 5-man elimination tag team match. 5-man teams. We had Chaos Faction versus Bullet Club. Toriyano Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and Kazuchika Okada versus Chase Owens, the Crown Jewel, Tanga Loa and Tama Tonga, the Guerrillas of Destiny, Jay White, and Evil. 22 minutes and 58 seconds. Evil was the last man standing on the over the top rope elimination of Kazuchika Okada. They're still simmering that beef between Okada and Evil. They're finally going to go one-on-one on, if I'm not mistaken, night 1 of Castle Attack on February 27th. Will be the main event, Evil versus Okada, and that will be going where it's going to go there. So they've been brewing this beef ever since the end of, or should I say, after New Year's Dash. Jay White is definitely after Tomohiro Ishii. He wants to beat him up bad. They'll probably have some sort of a special singles match coming, probably at night 2 of Castle Attack. The IWGP Heavyweight Champions, Guerrillas of Destiny, they'll be facing off with Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto on night 2 of Castle Attack. So they're brewing that particular beef. And then Toriyano and Chase Owens are going to have a KOPW match, which the fans are voting on now for online. Hopefully it'll turn out to be Chase Owens' suggested strap match because I want to see that happen because that'll be different for New Japan. Yeah, it'll give us something different and new to watch on New Japan and to see how hardcore Toru Yano can get with that strap against Chase Owens. So that was the main event of that particular night. We then go on to the 15th, which was Monday. Match number 1 had a 6-man tag. It had Yujiro, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto go up against members of the Bullet Club, Jado, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga. 8 minutes and 57 seconds here. Obviously, because of Nakashima's injury, they had to reroute some of the matches. So Yuya entered the 6-man here. Yoshihashi got the butterfly lock on Jado, got Jado to tap. They get the win here. More intermingling between Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, who will be the team to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, and Jado and Yuya Uemura here being the throw-ins as per this match. Second match of the night, another 6-man tag. We had Yota Tsuji, the Young Lion, the returning Hiroyoshi Tenzan to the ring, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace, going up against members of the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, and the Great Okan. 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Jeff Cobb again hits the Tour of the Islands on another Young Lion in order to get the pinfall victory. It seems to be that Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima are basically exchanging places here to substitute as to who's supposed to be facing off with Will Ospreay in these matches. Jeff Cobb is supposed to be the counterpart to whoever the Young Lion is, and Tanahashi and Great Okan are still simmering their beef going forward for the Never Openweight Championship. Third match of the night, another 6-man tag. We have Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Sanada versus members of the Bullet Club, Taiji, Shimuri, El Phantasma, and Yujiro Takahashi. 9 minutes, 55 seconds. Sanada strapped on the skull end on Yujiro Takahashi for the win here. More intermingling between Bushi, Takahashi, Taiji, Shimori, and El Phantasmo. El Phantasmo, ever since the end of New Beginning, he hasn't necessarily been using the loaded boot as much. This time around, due to whatever interaction and exchange he's been having with Takahashi, he decided to design, or Takahashi gave him a cardboard design of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, because that's the only way that El Phantasmo was ever going to get his hands on it. Basically, is what Takahashi is saying. Phantasmo took that to heed, and I think he gifted Takahashi a shirt, one of his new t-shirts to wear, which comes into play in the next night when they went in their multi-man tag, and Taiji, Ishimori, and Bushi rounding out the behind or the outside action during this particular match. Then we had a 8-man tag. We had Sho, Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, and Kazuchika Okada of Chaos versus those Bullet Club members, Dick Togo, Chase Owens, Jay White, and Evil. 14 minutes and 28 seconds worth of a match here. Dick Togo actually got the pinfall on Sho. Sho felt like he failed his team here with a lot of chicanery as per the usual, as goes on, as Evil Dick always reigns supreme during their interactions against some of the Chaos faction members. Chase Owens and Toru Yano still extending and evolving this beef that they have. Chase Owens really wants to strap match. Toru Yano just wants the fans to vote for something else. So we'll see how that goes down. Jay White still teasing, taunting, and trying to beat the crap out of Tomohiro Ishii. And Kazuchika Okada, fed up with the ways of evil, wants to crush him by using his Tombstone Pile Driver. Then we have the fifth match of the night. We had Yuji Nagata and Kota Ibushi going up against Shingo Takagi and Tetsuya Naito. I actually really liked this match. It went 16 minutes and 26 seconds. Shingo Takagi and Yuji Nagata had a great exchange in this match. They looked really good. Tetsuya Naito and Kota Ibushi are forever opponents, as I like to say. Those guys can never have a bad match. But Tetsuya Naito starts to go after Kota Ibushi's knee in this match, as he does the same thing for the match in the 16th as well, and that is the story that is being developed to go into the Castle Attack show. Hopefully Naito and Ibushi have their match, so Ibushi will probably be going in with a bad wheel. Tetsuya Naito will also be going in with a bad wheel, work or not. And we'll see how that match goes. In this match, 16 minutes, 26 seconds, Tetsuya Naito hits the Destino on Yuji Nagata. And that was the pinfall victory there. And so we go on to the show for the 16th, which happened Tuesday. All these shows at Kurikan Hall. First match of the night, 6-man tag. We had Yota Tsuji, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, and the Great Okan. 9 minutes, 28 seconds. The result does not change here. The Jeff Cobb hits the Tour of the Islands on Yota Tsuji to get the win. More disrespect from the Great Okan towards Hiroshi Tanahashi in this match. Nothing to really say about Will Ospreay instead of just, Will's just taking his opportunity during matches, before matches, and after matches to cut witty promos, trying to get himself over as a heel, basically, with having his beautiful, beautiful girlfriend, Bea Priestley, by his side, the Mrs., as he likes to call her, as she is just there. I hate the fact that I have to say that she's being used as arm candy in this, because she's a hell of a wrestler. But during New Japan shows, she does get used quite a bit as arm candy, and at the same time as eye candy, and at the same time she does get involved sometimes by putting the boots to some people on the outside, but that's seldom. So keep that in mind as going forward. Another 6-man tag team match. We had Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Sanada versus Taiji, Shimuri, Phantasma, and Yujiro. Takahashi, in this case, the Bullet Club faction gets the win after 10 minutes and 51 seconds for the first time in God knows how long. Yujiro Takahashi hits Pimp Juice on Bushi for the win. In this particular case, Hiromu Takahashi took it upon himself to mock El Phantasmo before the match even started. And I think Takahashi wore the shirt in this particular match that Phantasmo gifted him, and this is where the exchange of the cardboard belt came into play with Phantasmo. And just a lot of head games between Phantasmo and Takahashi, so that'll be an interesting match between their one-on-one with Hiromu Takahashi and El Phantasmo when that comes down the road. But first, I think we're probably going to get another match between the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Taiji, Shimori, El Phantasmo, Bushi, and Takahashi. If not a rematch, then they'll do their one-on-one trade-offs. Then we had the third match of the night, Members of Chaos. We had Sho, Toru Yano, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Gato, Chase Owens, and Jay White. 12 minutes, 15 seconds, vertical drop, brain buster on Gato, gets the win for Tomohiro Ishii. But even after all the action that took place, Tomohiro Ishii, I think this is the only night that Tomohiro Ishii ended out on top and over Jay White of the 4 nights, because the other 4 nights, Tomohiro Ishii and the Members of Chaos that opposed the Bullet Club during their matches was always on top. So furthering of the beef between Jay White and Tomohiro Ishii. Chase Owens still wants that strap match. He was able to put the strap to Toru Yano. Yano was able to put the strap to Chase Owens. And in this case, Sho yet again felt like he failed his team here. And he wasn't able to show up and show out. Fourth match of the night, we had Yuji Nagata and Kota Ibushi yet again against Shingo Takagi and Tetsuya Naito. This is the match where Tetsuya Naito hurt his knee. Shingo Takagi hit Last of the Dragon after 13 minutes and 40 seconds on Yuji Nagata to get the win. More of an exchange here between Kota Ibushi and Tetsuya Naito. Naito taking out one of Ibushi's knees. So yet again, like I was saying before, that is the story going into the IC title match, and Shingo and Yuji Nagata just more or less the throw-ins during this match. And then we have the main event of the night, Members of Chaos, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Kazuchika Okada versus Evil and members of the Bullet Club, the GOD, the Guerrillas of Destiny, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga. This was a very competitive matchup. I liked this match quite a bit. Tonga Loa finally got to hit the ape shit on Yoshihashi to get the win legally in this match. More interaction between Kazuchika Okada and Evil. They just can't stand each other at this point. And the future match of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Heavyweight Tag Team Championship between Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and GOD, that continued to bubble a little bit more here. Nothing specifically that I would have to say that happened during this match that would make anything of a difference. A lot of the post match promo work is just to continue to build upon what will be happening. There will be special singles matches that'll be going forward. I believe on night 1 of Castle Attack, it's going to be. Let me get this straight off of the singles bouts here. It's going to be Tama Tonga versus Hiroki Goto, and then it'll be Tonga Loa versus Yoshihashi on February 27th for the Castle Attack shows there. And also, Jay White will go up against Tomohiro Ishii on that night. So we'll see that happening. And obviously, like I stated before, Evil and Kazuchika Okada will be the main event on that particular night. Now, on to what happened yesterday on the 17th of February, because today is Thursday for me. We had 6-man tag: Gabriel Kidd, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus members of the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, and the Great O'Khan. As you folks well know already from my earlier explanations, Jeff Cobb hits the Tour of the Islands on the young lion Gabriel Kidd in order to get the pinfall victory after 11 minutes and 39 seconds. The Great O'Khan, yet again with some more disrespect. He was taunting Hiroyoshi Tenzan during this match. Hiroyoshi Tenzan lost the ability to perform the Mongolian chops. He tried to go for them. He stopped himself, and plenty of times in exchanges, Will Ospreay was able to come into the ring and stop Tenzan from doing them. Same thing with the Great O'Khan, who stopped Tenzan from doing them, and Jeff Cobb as well. So that was a bit of a play on Tenzan losing that stipulation match with the Great O'Khan during the New Beginning tour. And yet again, more disrespect from Great O'Khan towards Tanahashi and Gabriel Kidd, showing decent fire, but not as good a fire as the first night in this particular 6-man match. So, 8-man tag, we had Toru Yano, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chase Owens, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, and Jay White. This match was thrown out. Everybody was trying to beat the crap out of one another in this match. Everybody was super involved. Jado got involved with the Singapore Cane. What else happened here? Tomohiro Ishii got his ass beat by Jay White, and they were trying to beat each other's asses, and Chaos just lost all control, and they stopped caring, and Toru Yano continued to whip on Chase Owens, and Owens continued to whip on Toru Yano. Marty Asami just said, "I give up." He threw the match out. There was a no contest. It was just too many disqualifications to even count at one point, and that is how this match ended. A lot of people being choked out here. Chase Owens got choked out by the strap. Gato choked out Tomohiro Ishii with the Jay White towel that he always carries. And Tomohiro Ishii ended up having to be carried out by young lion Yuya Uemura at one point, all the way to the back to present to get Tomohiro Ishii some help there. But yeah, that was a wild one that turned into a no contest. Third match of the night, 6-man tag. We have Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Shingo Takagi versus Taiji Shimori, Phantasma, and Yujiro Takahashi. Match time 8 minutes 47 seconds. This match was way quicker than I thought it was going to be. To be quite honest, Shingo Takagi actually gets the win here over Yujiro Takahashi with the pumping bomber, because Los Ingobernables de Japón just know how to work together as a unit. That match went fast. The end of the match, I'd say, went fast, went hard, and Yujiro just didn't have a chance. So that is how that match went down. Then, special singles match between Blue Justice, Yuji Nagata, and Sanada. 12 minutes and 1 second for this match here. If you folks are going to be watching this show sometime in the near future, just know that the next match that was actually on the card, which was a tag match between members of Chaos and Bullet Club, due to technical difficulties, was not shown on NewJapanWorld.com. So the last match that you'll be able to see is Sanada versus Yuji Nagata. Actually, I like this match a lot because it seemed that Sanada took a page out of Yuji Nagata's playbook, because Yuji Nagata very much so has had his fair share of classic matches over the decades with many of an opponent. And it seemed that Sanada was more prone to picking apart a body part in this particular match, working on Yuji Nagata's leg, working that story, working over that leg, and then essentially getting that win over Yuji Nagata. Something that you haven't seen too much from Sanada in the past on a one-on-one basis. So this match overall worked as a teaching moment for Sanada against a legend like Yuji Nagata, because it seems like he's finally starting to, or at least he's starting to get it as to how to manipulate a body part or wear and tear down his opponents in order to get the win, instead of being a more cerebral wrestler and going for the one-upsmanship in a way. So we'll see where that leads Sanada in the future. And then the next match of the night, I did not get to watch this match at all. Obviously, like I said before, there was a technical difficulty in NewJapanWorld.com. But this was a tag match that included Sho and Kazuchika Okada versus Evil Dick Togo, and Evil of the Bullet Club. Match went 11 minutes and 52 seconds. It seems that Sho strapped on the submission on Dick Togo, the arm lock crosshold, in order to get the win. Obviously, we all know what this is about, but there was a promo that was cut that was put onto the New Japan YouTube channel. Basically, the promo was evolved in the sense of Sho saying he finally felt like he showed up, no pun intended, like he was able to step up and finally stepped up for his team as a junior member of Chaos. He feels like he has to be a junior leader in Chaos now and step up when his faction needs him the most, and they needed this win, and he was able to get it for them here. More interaction and more scolding from Okada towards Evil. Evil still not wanting much to do with Okada, just getting away with his dubious ways. But Okada says he's willing to tombstone pile drive his ass to hell in order to get this win. So we'll get that special singles match on night one at Osaka-jo Hall for the Castle Attack show. All right, folks. So let me just bring you into the fold here. So Castle Attack night one. Let me break it down for you. February 27th from Osaka-jo Hall. We'll have a 6-man tag match. Which will have Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroshi Tanahashi versus members of the United Empire. We'll have the Great Okan, Will Ospreay, and Jeff Cobb. That'll be the first match of the night on the 27th. Then we'll have the special singles matches. We don't have Tonga Loa versus Yoshihashi. We'll then have Tama Tonga versus Hiroki Goto. We'll then have Chase Owens versus Toru Yano for the KOPW 2021 Provisional Championship match. We'll see what the fans decide. If this will be a strap match, or if this will be something else for this KOPW match. And then we'll also have the special singles match between Jay White and Tomohiro Ishii. Jay White wants that revenge on Tomohiro Ishii to avenge that win that Tomohiro Ishii got over Jay White at the G1 tournament in 2020. And then the special main event, Kazuchika Okada versus Evil on night one of Castle Attack. Night two for Castle Attack, we have the preview as follows. We have a tag team match here. We have Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima against Will Ospreay and Jeff Cobb. We then have a 6-man tag. It'll be Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, and Toru Yano of Chaos versus Bullet Club members Evil, Jay White, and the Crown Jewel, Chase Owens. We then have another tag match, which will be the tag match for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. It'll be Tama, Tonga, Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny versus Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto of Chaos. We then have the special singles match for the Never Openweight Championship. Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace, one-on-one versus the Great Okan. And we will see, and hopefully Tanahashi keeps the strap, because the Great Okan does not need this great of a push at this time in his career. My personal opinion. Then we have the one-on-one matchup. It'll be for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We will have El Phantasmo versus Hiromu Takahashi of Los Ingobernables de Japón. This should be a very, very interesting match. I hope this to be a different match than the match that they had at Wrestle Kingdom. So hopefully this will tear the house down and leave no doubts in the minds of the fans. And then the main event, which hopefully will go down on the 28th, live at Osaka, Joe Hall. It'll be God himself, Kota Ibushi, one-on-one versus the walking manga character El Líder, El Ingobernable. Well, no, he's not the ingovernable one, but Tetsuya Naito, the man of Destino. Hopefully, Naito gets the win, is able to capture the Intercontinental Championship, and we have a secondary belt. There just needs to be another place for all the other singles competitors. Not place, but another belt for the other singles competitors to go after. Because having the double straps just kind of like it just defeats the purpose of even having the upper mid card belt and the main event belt in the company at this point in time. So that's the way that's gonna go down. So have that going on so far, and that's the Castle Attack lineup. We now have for you folks Road to the New Beginning in the USA, which aired Friday, February 12th, 2021. Obviously, as you guys know, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NewJapanWorld.com. First match of that particular night, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Jordan Clearwater versus JR Kratos, the monster member of Team Filthy. This was basically a squash match. JR Kratos had control the majority of the match. Like I've said countless times about Jordan Clearwater, dude's still green. He needs a lot of work. JR Kratos didn't necessarily look that much better than Clearwater in this particular match, to be quite honest. But he did get the win here overall. Then we got Clark Connors versus Bateman. This is what I was looking for yet again. It's the third time I'm saying it. And I'm gonna just drill this home for the last time. This is where I wanted to see Bateman versus Ren Narita in that first match. Clark Connors brought the fight to Bateman. They kicked each other's ass. There was very, very hard contact, very hard strikes between the two, very good mat wrestling between the two. Bateman gets the win here with this is a kill over Clark Connors, but Clark Connors did not get diminished and or look bad against Bateman, a man of that caliber and wrestling skill. Very good match. Bateman said something in his post-match comments to Clark Connors after the win. Clark Connors' nickname is the Captain because he is the captain of the LA Dojo, and he is the captain at New Japan Strong. But Bateman told Clark Connors that he's the captain now. So there might be a brewing feud there between Bateman and Clark Connors, being that Bateman was a former LA Dojo member who was kicked out of the LA Dojo. Who knows if Bateman wants to infiltrate the LA Dojo and impose his ways on those young lions. Who knows? Then, third match of the night, we had a tag match here. Ren Narita and TJP represent the LA Dojo versus members of Team Filthy, Danny Limelight, and the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson. 15 minutes, 4 seconds here. Man, let me tell you guys something. Every time I watch Chris Dickinson, it's just I always expect him to wrestle someone and like really stretch them out, because that's like he gives you that legitimate vibe in which I feel certain wrestlers should carry themselves in the ring. And for all intents and purposes, the Dirty Daddy is a legit shoot. He's a legit tough guy. He knows what he's doing in there. Highly skilled in different styles and things of that nature. And that played off during this match here. Chris Dickinson actually did the majority of the work in this match. He was in there for the majority of the time. I think Danny Limelight had maybe a good 3 to 4 minutes out of the 15 minutes in this match that he was in the match to hit his spots and do his thing. But Chris Dickinson carried the load for his team versus TJP versus Ren Narita, with good exchanges back and forth and being able to be adaptable to both of their styles, and made both TJP and Ren Narita look good when they were able to get off their little bouts of offense. But the Dirty Daddy was in total control during this match, be it that it was a tag match basically, even though it just felt like a freaking handicap match the majority of the time, with Danny Limelight getting seldom work in during all this. So the Dirty Daddy strapped on the STF on TJP and not Ren Narita. And he was able to get the tap out victory on TJP. But the Dirty Daddy had some words for Renku, for Ren Narita. During and after the match, or whatever the case is, he was basically screaming and yelling at Ren Narita, telling him that isn't this supposed to be your house? This is the LA dojo. You're supposed to be able to guard and represent for your house, but I take over. This is my house now. The Dirty Daddy is present here in New Japan Strong, and can't nobody do anything about it. So that's pretty cool. Post match commentary from Daniel Limeline and Chris Dickinson was basic heel shit. Wasn't anything special to say out of the ordinary. But this was a better showing for Ren Narita, I would say. TJP is always as crisp and as smooth as it's ever going to be. And like I said, Daniel Limeline doing his damn thing, getting airtime on New Japan Strong and AEW Dark. Keep on showing that face, kid. That's how you make your money. But that is a wrap for me, I believe, from here, folks. That is the rundown for New Japan for the given time. Right now, everything is up to date. Tomorrow is another episode of New Japan Strong. I don't see an updated card for New Japan Strong on the site for right now, so we'll be going into that blind here for the 19th. So we'll see as to what happens and what will take place on New Japan Strong. The next Road to Castle Attack show will take place on February 22nd, which is this coming Monday, because the show for the 21st was canceled. So that's the way we're going to get it down. As a matter of fact, I actually have the match listing here for New Japan Strong tomorrow, Friday, February 19th. We'll have a 6-man tag to start off the night. That'll be Rocky Romero, Misterioso, and Adrian Quest going up against Ray Orris, Barrett Brown, and the DKC. Then we'll have a special one-on-one match, Fred Rosser versus Hikuleo. And then the main event is going to be Leo Rush versus El Phantasmo of the Bullet Club. That should be a fun match to watch. So that'll be tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on New Japan Strong on NewJapanWorld.com. This has been your good brother Jay News. I've been talking for like the last 40 minutes. I don't know how I can go without talking without drinking water or whatever the case is. But thank you for watching, folks, as always. I'll keep you guys updated if anything else comes up, injury-wise or what have you, and with the shows that are airing during the following week. Be good to one another. Stay safe out there. And do your best, folks. This pandemic shit ain't over yet. Stay a wrestling fan, folks. This has been your good brother Jay News. I'm about this. I'll see you on the flip. Peace.